Hey, Guru, run that shit. What's good, y'all? We here again. We back. Another episode of Cash Corner. I'm your host, Steve Cash Moneybags, a.k.a. the Fitness Eddie, a.k.a. the Young Vampire. Believe all the stories they tell about your boy around the campfire. And I got a guest today.
Hello.
How are you, sir? Will you introduce yourself?
I am Levi Graham Weinstein, podcaster, lawyer, DJ, certified psychopath.
Man of many hats.
I wear many hats.
Where can they find you, actually? Before we continue, where can they find you?
Great question. You can find me in two places. Both are on Instagram. One of them is at Levi Graham. That's like, my lawyer.
Yeah, that's when it's more serious.
That's the one that I want my mom to see.
Right.
Like super clean cut kid.
Exactly.
Not even an issue.
Right.
I look like a professional. Yeah. Then there's Grahm Radio.
And suits and things like that of that nature. You're dressed in suits on that side over there?
I wear suits every day.
Yeah?
Yeah, and undershirts. Wow, for a second I thought we were on my podcast and I was like, hit the pow, pow for undershirts, pow.
The energy.
And then there's Grahm Radio.
Yeah.
And Grahm Radio, first of all, Grahm is my middle name. Mm-hmm. And Grahm Radio is my media outlet.
Right.
And I have a podcast called The Grahm Radio Podcast.
And that's how I discovered you. That's how I was introduced into you, actually.
Correct.
I didn't meet Levi. I don't know if I ever met Levi. How come I can't meet Levi?
You don't want to meet Levi?
Why don't I want to meet Levi?
You'll get sued.
Oh, yeah? Why would I get sued? Is Levi a suer?
Are you kidding me? That's all I do.
I thought he was a lawyer.
I'm suing, bro. That's what lawyers do.
Oh, so I don't.
We assist in suits.
I could use you on my side though. What if I need to meet Levi, but for on my side though?
Then the other side is screwed, bro.
He's top notch lawyer.
Who are we suing? But in all seriousness, Grahm Radio is where you can find me. That's GRAHM. There's no A in between the H and the M. Now, something that I want to start off with is this.
Which is what?
And you can ask me questions about this if you'd like.
Oh, I probably will.
I don't know if you know this, but the Grahm Radio podcast, which is separate from Grahm Radio, well, it's not really that separate, nonetheless, is ending. Yeah.
When? Why?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Dude, I have made a choice in my life. I focus on three things.
Oh, what's the three things, man?
Podcasting, DJing, and being a lawyer. And if I want to be...
PDL.
PDL.
You like that, don't you?
I love that. Because I was just talking about Jersey Shore with someone.
Oh, yeah?
Nonetheless.
Good show.
In order to be successful at all of them, I need to be successful at one of them at a time.
Because a master of... what is it? How's the saying go? A master of all is a something of none? No.
A jack of all trades is a master of none.
There we go. I knew you would pull it together.
And
is that why, though, pretty much? Just why you want to focus on one?
Well, I would like to focus on one I just got a new job. And I want to get really, really good at it, That being said...
Congrats to you on a new job, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah? Was it something you always dreamed of being?
Big time.
So you're an astronaut?
This is the reason I went to law school.
Oh, so it's not an astronaut.
It's not an astronaut.
Okay, cool.
No. But the Grahm Radio podcast is coming to an end. Mm-hmm. It's more of a break, but when I say break...
Break forever?
5-10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come at my podcast the right way.
Okay.
I want to not do it in my apartment. I want to have a crew. I want to do it properly because I know how to do a goddamn podcast.
I agree. Yeah, you definitely do. But I had a great time on your pod when I was invited.
Are you kidding me?
It was awesome.
That was so fun when you came on. Yeah, but I do want to clarify. Grahm Radio is not ending. The Grahm Radio podcast.
That's the one that's ending.
Is coming to an elongated break.
Yeah, just for now.
But Grahm Radio will still be around.
Well, at least you're still around.
Thank you. At least I'll be around.
At least that.
Oh, yeah.
Grahm, how was your weekend, man? Because I did want to ask you something I did see on, I think it might have been yesterday.
What'd you see?
You had a mishap.
I'm scared.
You had a mishap, man. You probably maybe a little bit embarrassing, whatnot. You had like yogurt stained pants, and you wasn't looking too fly in these streets, Grahm. To be honest, like you can't walk around with yogurt stained pants around your crotch area. Just you look like you deserve to be locked up. To be honest, I wanted you locked up.
So
I wanted you arrested. To be honest, when I seen it.
Did you just fucking say that I don't look that clean in these streets?
Listen,
that I wasn't looking that fly?
Hey, Grahm, well, you can't. You never fly if you got yogurt stained crotch area pants.
Did you see what was around the yogurt?
What was around the yogurt? I wasn't. Oh,
so you didn't really look at my fit.
As soon as I seen the stains, I wanted you locked up immediately, and I quickly exited.
So, quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
How are you going to tell me that I'm not looking fly if you're not looking at the rest of the pants?
Immediately, as soon as this yogurt around the crotch area, I think no matter what you have on, flyness, it just.
Listen, man. If there's one thing I know about fly.
Let's hear. What's the one thing?
It's about energy.
Oh, you still had the energy, so you were still flying the streets.
Dude, the flyest. Anyway, your boy loves his chia seeds.
Okay, and go ahead. What happened?
Best way to eat chia seeds in Greek yogurt. Mm-hmm. Why? Makes the Greek yogurt not super soupy. Makes it thick. Throw some flax seeds in there too. Get it real.
You like
thick.
the women that same way, like thick?
I don't like skin and bones. Mm-hmm. I like, my first girlfriend got pissed at me once because of something that I said to her.
Oh no, great.
She, beautiful girl, beautiful Jewish girl, brunette hair. And shout out to Brittany. No, I'm kidding. That's not her name.
Yeah, right,
I love you still so much. No, this is like end of high school.
Yeah.
She had a beautiful body, and look at my thighs.
I don't want to look at your thighs. Crazy. That's crazy, Graham.
See how it's kind of thick?
I
got some thick thighs.
I hear you.
I was telling her, we were snuggling this one time, and I was grabbing onto her thighs.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I like you so much. You know I like your body.
Why
I can grab onto it.
Oh, she took offense to it?
She took major offense to it.
That's like a compliment.
Well, not in circa 2012.
Okay.
Maybe chicks weren't.
So she felt a little. So how did that turn out for you? Like, what's happening to that? Like, how she?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her in many years.
Damn, was it after that one time? Was that the last convo, Graham?
That I've had with her?
Mm-hmm.
No, we dated for another 8 months.
Oh, so it still kind of worked out a little bit.
Well, yeah,
but she was holding on to it. She didn't quite let it go.
I don't know. I think she let it go. It wasn't really that big of a deal, but she made it a big deal in that day. But then I calmed it down because lawyer. I lawyered her.
Speaking of a lawyer, right, Graham? Yes. All right, because clearly you are a lawyer. What made you want to become a lawyer? Was that always your dream job as a child or what? Did you see a movie or something? What happened?
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
I have always considered myself to be an intellectual,
mm-hmm.
and I have always been a little wild. Now, what does a wild, preteen teen do? Get in trouble a lot.
Okay, I think I know what you're going. I wanted you to take it.
I would constantly get myself out of trouble with my words,
mm-hmm.
and I can do that pretty well for other people.
Now,
whether it's criminal, whether it's civil, which we can dive into the differences,
mm-hmm.
not really super necessary for right now, nonetheless. I knew that I would be great at it,
mm-hmm.
and I am great at it. So that's why I do it.
Good.
Yeah. Now,
is that what your new job is currently still, or
what? Criminal or civil?
Whichever one, because I know you said you just started a new job. Is it something lawyer related?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So I was a public defender for a
mm-hmm.
year. If you don't know, a public defender is a criminal defense attorney who represents people who don't make enough money to buy an attorney. So I was doing that for a year. Really kind of cut my teeth at the public defender's office.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found a job in a bigger law firm, doing civil law, a lot of guardianship stuff. Have you seen the movie I Care a Lot? It's okay if you haven't.
I don't believe I have.
It's fine.
Maybe name an actor in it if you can.
Peter Dinklage.
Okay, no, I haven't.
He's the midget from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
We do a lot of guardianship law. We do a lot of workers' compensation law.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of defamation stuff. It's just we're just a bunch of smart lawyers who make moves.
Is that also considered pro bono if they can't how does that work out?
Great question. So, by definition,
mm-hmm.
I guess it would be pro bono. Pro bono just means that I'm doing legal services for you for free.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to be indigent to get work done pro bono.
Okay.
In order to qualify for the public defender's office, and hopefully no one listening to this ever needs to qualify for the public defender's office. Please don't commit crimes. Crimes are bad. I'm a lawyer. Trust me. You don't want to be in jail. I've been there. In my lawyer capacity, never in a criminal capacity.
Right.
Nonetheless, The new job, we do a lot of civil law, and I really, really like it. It's sweet. It's where I'm supposed to be, and I have a bigger office.
Well, okay. So what's the difference, if you don't mind me asking, exactly the difference between civil and
criminal?
Right. Like,
yeah. So
because criminal, that's not more. I mean, I don't know, because I don't know much, so I'm going to try my best to, soak up a little bit of knowledge. Criminal for a lawyer, is that not more fun?
It's more fun. It's just less money.
Okay, I see. So the financial aspect is sucky.
Also, you're dealing with clients who are criminals.
Well, aren't they all innocent though?
You're innocent until there's a big difference between I did it and I didn't do it, and innocent and guilty. Mm-hmm. Any criminal defense lawyer will tell you that. But like, I don't know. The problem with criminal law, like something that I don't want to deal with, is like people's emotions are really, really tied into it, because like not only are they physically in jail where they're confined to this weird space, they're not out in the world, their liberty has been stricken away from them, but it's like emotional. It's like they know that they're like a criminal. And then you have your people who have been criminals for like 10, 20 years, who it's just like a normal thing for them. And they'll ask you to do unreasonable things. Now,
can I get an example? Like they will ask you, like their lawyer, to do unreasonable things such as like what, like
so here's a perfect example.
Okay, great. Yeah, let me get one.
Let's say that, I don't know, we get into an argument right now, and you punch me in the face. Cops come, they arrest you for battery. You go to the judge, and the judge says, $500 bail. You bail out. Now, what does that mean? You have a court case in about a month or whenever that your ass better be at, or else. Or else what? Let me tell you. If you do not show up to your next court date, you get anyone? You get a warrant.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the reason for that is this. When you bail out, you are on pre-trial release. On pre-trial release, there is a condition that says that you cannot violate the law. Not showing up to court is a violation of the law. And additionally, how about this? Let's change the facts a little bit.
Okay.
Let's say that you bail out.
Right.
Right?
Still the same 500.
Still the same 500. You bail out. And then you're doing another podcast, and Guru fucks up the video. And now you're just, fuck you, Guru. I'm pissed. And the cops come. They realize that you were on bail. Now you're going to jail, and you're not going to have the opportunity to bail out.
Oh, so now you're just locked and you're stuck in the spot.
Now you're stuck until your next court date. Now,
just you and your celly, just you, your celly in the toilet.
Sorry?
Just you, your celly in the toilet. That's it if you're locked up.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I watch a lot of TV.
So, here's the answer to your question, because your question was, what are the crazy things that your clients ask you to do?
Exactly.
You're in jail. You are on no bond. Maybe you missed your court date and you are now on a no bond warrant, and they picked you up and now you're in jail on no bond. Or you violated the law again and you're on a no bond warrant. Or, let's throw a third thing in there. You're on probation and you violate your probation. Boom, no bond warrant. Yeah. You're in jail and now you're on the phone with your public defender. Hey, man, you need to get me out of here. It's like no judge in their right mind is going to trust that you're going to be able to not violate the law.
Right.
So they're not going to give you a bond unless there's some extreme extenuating circumstances.
Okay.
But
see, that leads me to another question. Like that. Okay. Then what's an extreme circumstance? Oh, maybe like a passing a relative.
An extreme circumstance.
That don't count?
No, that doesn't matter. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
I've
then what's
had that
extreme?
all day long. Like, I have literally looked people in the face who have violated the law multiple times and are now sitting on a no-bond warrant, multiple no-bond warrants, a felony warrant, the drug trafficking, all this shit. And they look at me and they say, dude, like, my kids, no one's there to take care of my kids. And I would look at them and I say, listen, I'm sorry, but the judge isn't going to give a single fuck. So we have to come up with a defense to what you allegedly did. Now, an extreme or extenuating circumstance that can actually get someone out of jail is this. Let's say that there's a case of mistaken identity.
Okay.
Let's say that this person legitimately did not do this, and they're like, yo, man, This was my identical twin. This was my sister. I did not do this. The victim is going to say that I didn't do this. I bring the victim in. The victim can sign what's called an affidavit for non-prosecution saying I am not going to pursue this crime.
Got you.
I show that to the state. The state says, whoa, okay. Then you can file a motion, which is sort of a request to a judge.
And that's because the victim is saying they aren't going to pursue. So in turn, the state is going to say they aren't going to pursue?
Most likely.
Okay.
If you have like almost no criminal record and there's like a domestic violence thing, and your wife is saying like none of this happened and really like none of this happened, and you're like this is
maybe she just fell into a doorknob for real.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that staircase. She fell down that fell. Okay, sorry, I can't talk. Staircase. Anyway.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I saying? Extenuating circumstances like I actually didn't do it and it's provable can lead you to getting a bond.
Okay, so that would be the out. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, being a lawyer is cool. That is what I did as a public defender. Now, the issue with being a public defender is this: you can't take in your own business. As a public defender, you are paid by the state of Florida, and it is not illegal. You're not going to lose your license to practice law. Actually, don't take that. Take what I just said with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Don't. If you're an attorney and you're listening to this and you're a public defender, don't
hold your feet to the fire.
Look up what I'm saying.
Right.
Trust me, but don't believe me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Now, as a civil attorney, I can find clients. Like, if you guys ever need a contract written up, you can call me, and I'll give you my astronomically high prices, and I'll have a contract written up for you. I can do that now. I can bring in clients to the firm. I am praised for bringing in clients to the firm, which I love, because I'm a goddamn marketer. I'm a podcaster. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you, sir.
How powerful is knowing when to shut the fuck up? Because I know when to shut, or at least I think I know when to shut the fuck up, right? So like pleading the fifth and things like that. Let's say, God forbid, I don't know, let's throw a hypothetical out there. You do something, are we going to do civil or do you want to do criminal? Be real quick.
Oh, wait, I don't think I answered your question.
Okay, yeah, and I'll spin back that question.
Okay, it's really easy.
Right.
So a criminal law is a violation against the state. Sorry, the criminal law is a violation against the state. So the state says it is illegal to punch someone in the face.
Right.
You'll go to jail for punching someone in the face, and it will not be the victim versus you. It'll be the state of Florida versus you.
Oh, so even if the victim wanted to be like, nah, that's all cool. We got into a dumb beef.
Yeah,
I'm over it. The state is still going to could still pursue.
If you have a huge rap sheet and the victim's saying, "Oh, he didn't do it," the state can still be like, "We're pretty sure he did it."
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, I think that it's awesome. I think that it's great that the state has that.
But what
power.
if he really didn't?
But you have a huge rap sheet saying that you have a terrible history. Sometimes you got to deal with your past, man. Sometimes your past can affect your future. That's
a fact. That's very true. But do you agree that then it could suck? Because what if you truly didn't do it?
That sucks. You know what? Then I hope you have a good lawyer, and also recognize that life is not fucking fair sometimes.
Yeah, that would
so
suck.
If you really did not do this, and you have no
like you
rap
was just
sheet,
well, you had go ahead.
Like if you have like no rap sheet and you really didn't do it, and the victim's saying, "Oh, he didn't do it," then it's not gonna be a problem.
Right.
But if you've like robbed banks and killed people, and now someone is saying that you punched them in the face, it's like. The state's going to look at that and be like,
I rob and kill. I do not punch people in the face.
That's where I draw the line. That's it. That's where I draw the line. I don't play that game.
Okay, let's say, all right, back to the civil or criminal. Okay, yeah. I get it. Okay, one criminal is what the state can take over, and civil is the person can.
So this is the best example I can give. I punch you in the face.
Yes.
The state of Florida sues me because I committed a crime. I now have to pay fines to the state, and I have to go to anger management, and all this, and it sucks. I punched you in the face. When I did that, I broke your nose. And you have gone to multiple doctors trying to fix your nose, and like, no one can really do it. It's really hard. I really messed up your nose.
I can't breathe the same anymore.
You're having all these big medical problems. Now you can sue me for that money. To be reimbursed for your medical bills.
Now I'm terrified of going buildings and things like that. I mean, who knows? It's traumatizing. Well, I can't even walk down the grocery store.
Now we're dipping into another thing, which is intentional infliction of emotional distress.
So you can really, when it comes to suing, it's almost an art. Then, if you know what you're doing, you can really get over, in a sense, even if you don't really have certain problems, whatnot, if you say you do, or do you still have to prove these problems? Like,
I'm a little bit confused by your question.
All right, let's say you get punched in the nose, your nose is broken. I really enjoy walking down the produce section where I can smell fresh cucumbers, and now I can no longer smell fresh cucumbers, so I feel you should have to pay for that.
Okay, so what we're talking about now is something called special sensitivities.
Oh, interesting.
Like, let's say that I live in a neighborhood, and there's 5 people on my block. There's 5 beautiful houses on my block, and in my backyard, I have a beautiful garden with tomatoes and carrots and eggplants, and it smells great. It's beautiful. And then I get a new neighbor, and the neighbor just cannot sleep with the smell of tomatoes. Oh my God! He's cooking tomatoes next door. It is unreasonable to ask that I compensate for your inability to sleep because of the smell of tomatoes. Like, that is a bit of a stretch.
Right.
But let's say this. I live in a house.
Right.
And I have 5 neighbors. And one day I say, you know what? I'm going to start a heavy metal rock band. And then I start practicing in my garage.
You're about to start disturbing the peace.
Well, that's more like riot. That's more like constitutional, like protest thing. But to tie it back, like, I can't do that because then my neighbor. It's not a special sensitivity to be like, hey, I want to be able to sleep, and you are purposely being super loud.
Right.
Now, if you punch someone in the nose and they can't smell the cucumbers in the produce section at Publix, oh God!
What if that's their thing? Like, that got them out of bed on Saturdays. Like, oh, I can't wait, and you just altered their whole entire life.
First of all, how are you going to prove that?
I don't know.
Other than through testimony, and
that's not going to be good enough.
I mean, if they've been writing on their public blog for 10 years about the smell of cucumbers, and now you've stripping their livelihood.
What if they had a whole podcast about cucumber smelling specifically?
Yo, let's start one about it. Let's go, and then let's find someone to punch us in the face. I'm down, dude.
Great. Wait. Okay. All right. So pretty much majority of your life, you good? Majority of your life, you pretty much have your dream job then, man. At least one of your career fields.
Can I take it a step further?
Oh, you can, because I was going to ask you about something else, another career field type of thing.
This might be a perfect segue. I'm living my dream life right now. I am a 27-year-old, healthy, single professional with 2 very fun hobbies, DJing and podcasting.
I was going to get into DJing. Yeah. That was the point. Okay, great. It did segue great.
I want that video. I want that video fucking ASAP, by the way.
So, Grahm, you being a DJ now, what type of music do you DJ? Is it hip hop? Is it techno? Is it rock, etc.? Is it all of the above? Like, what is it? You can do all parties?
I try to stick to house music.
Okay.
So my DJ journey has been a bit unorthodox. I first got it. First of all, very, very brief history on me. I have been an absolute music junkie addict my entire life. My mom and my dad, like my biological dad, named me after a music promoter named Bill Graham. He was like the guy in like the late 70s, 80s, early 90s. If you know the Grateful Dead, he was the music promoter for them, for Led Zeppelin. He did everything with everyone. And they named me Levi Graham Weinstein. His name was Bill Graham. Now, my dad has just always been a musician. He's been in a billion bands. Whenever we would hang out, it's just like all we're doing is listening to music, and like we're obsessing over the artists and this, and he's playing this. This is actually a 12-string acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Like going deep on music.
Right.
And throughout my life, I discovered electronic music, and like the wubs, like wah wah, like craziness in high school, and then kind of found.
You play instruments?
I play guitar.
Okay.
And I've discovered house music, and I'm a huge Fish fan, like a PHISH Fish, and I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan, and it's like I have always been completely obsessed with music. Now, in college, I saw friends of mine who were in the fraternity that I was in DJing, and I knew that they were making a lot of money. I mean, $800, $900 a week in college. It's like, oh, what the fuck, you're rich.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, you're in college. Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great.
That's like 1% of the 1% in college. Yeah. And they had the greatest job ever. I would look at them, and they would just be like partying, controlling the whole room. And literally at every single pregame that I've ever been to, I've always brought a speaker. At every single one. To the point of being annoying. Like, I have gone very out of my way to bring speakers to parties, just, one, so that there's guaranteed to be music, and two, so that I can throw on the vibe. Now, I never had any money in, well, let me take a step back. I'm definitely a privileged guy. I will be the first person to say that. Like, I grew up in, like, gated community. I've always been a very privileged guy, but I've never really had my own money.
Right. And then so things like you earned on your own is what you're saying, at that time at least.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got you.
And I've never really had like my own money. I had like odd jobs in college. Sold sunglasses, sold suits, like whatever, all that stuff. But
not to stay long. How were you selling suits? Like what?
At Joseph A. Bank. At like a men's warehouse.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, actually, I was selling suits knowing that I was going to go to law school. That's why I was I was getting discounts and all this crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
sense.
I still wear a ton of that stuff. So getting back to it, I would see these like friends of mine DJing, controlling the whole party, and I said I want to do that. That was awesome, but I had no money to buy my own shit. I didn't know how to practice. I didn't know how to get any of it. About halfway into law school, I got a great internship that was paying me a significant amount of money, and the first thing that I bought was...
I'm confused. I thought all internships was pretty much...
Unpaid?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, yeah.
You are literally... I did not know that.
It's okay. Yeah, yeah. Internships, I mean... A lot of them are unpaid, like when you have literally zero experience.
Yeah.
But like if you've done like one unpaid internship, or like your mom is like knows someone or something. I've never had that. I've never had that opportunity. Which, by the way, quick tangent.
Yeah.
People shit on people with like, rich dads and I work.
Utilize that shit. Dad. I wish I had a rich one,
dude. Like
I would have utilized the fuck out of it.
you know what I'll talk shit about?
What's
if you
that?
have like a dad who can give you some sort of opportunity and you don't take advantage of that. Like, you should take advantage of that.
Yeah, do it. Get you there faster.
I want to get back to the DJing thing.
Yeah.
In law school, I had a good job. I was getting paid money, and I spent about $2,000 on these big-ass, legit turntables that spin and a mixer. Now, if you know anything about DJing, and you're watching this, you're probably thinking, what? Why did you buy that?
Well, what year also?
That makes no sense.
It might depend on the year and time you're in. Maybe not today.
No, this was 20.
Oh my God, you're a lot younger. Okay.
I'm 27 years old.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. By the way, I should sort of timestamp this. Right now I'm referring to 2019. I'm referring. This happened in. I bought my DJ equipment in June of 2019.
Okay, now I'm following. And I could see what someone would say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, why are you buying these big turntables? And now the reason for that is, one, I always saw like those like it's Pioneer CDJs with like the jog wheel that don't actually spin. I saw those as like. That's stupid. Like, that's not even really DJing. It's like, I want to, like, see have the spinny thing. Right. And I was also obsessed with scratch DJing.
Okay.
There's this DJ, his name's Chris Carnes. He's a DJ producer. He's literally won turntable battles.
I want to ask, would you want to battle someday if you haven't before?
I would love to do a battle someday, but I got that stuff so that I could learn how to scratch, and I never really got into it. I was just, like, I downloaded a bunch of, like, rap stuff, and I enjoyed it, but, like, really, I wanted to do house music.
Right.
And after, like, maybe 8-9 months of DJing, DJing friends' parties and just having fun, I realized I bought the wrong stuff. I love my equipment. I mean, I use it every single day. I used it earlier today. But I realized that I bought the wrong stuff. But I still had a lot of fun with it. Every single DJ...
It's not a total waste for it. It's not a total loss.
No, not a loss at all. I mean, I bought the wrong stuff, but it's still... lit fucking DJ equipment.
Exactly. You're still doing your thing. You just use it. It's not like it's just to the wayside.
Yeah.
So it's great.
What was your original question? What was I getting at?
I'm not sure. Oh, we were just talking about DJing in general.
Oh, like how?
Yeah, like how you got into it. Like right.
Yeah. So I like my ultimate goal, which I don't have right now, is to find some sort of residency at like a bar in Tampa or St. Pete. Like being a resident at like Saigon Blonde. It's like a house music bar. That would be amazing. And I have so many weird ideas for DJing.
That's crazy. How dope would a day be for you? Let's suppose you just had a crazy court case, you just won, you just did that shit. Later that evening, you got a whole DJing set. That same evening, and the person you just got off, they happen to be at the same spot. Wouldn't it be a dope ass day? It wouldn't be dope, Graham.
I think that if it was like a crazy day in court, I might just want to go home and sit down.
You don't ever want to party like after? Like, there's not something you ever like. What's your biggest case you won? No matter how big or small. Yeah, the biggest one.
Okay, without defeating confidentiality, this dude, I don't really want to talk about it just because it would defeat confidentiality. Yeah, and it's very look upable.
Okay.
But I can say that I got a not guilty. Okay. Which I was very, very. I cried. I was very, very happy about. It was a hard case to win.
How many cases, if you're able?
A jillion. Yeah. A jillion. Yeah.
Do you do multiple in one day at times or what?
Yeah. It's crazy. It can get kind of crazy. But back to the DJing thing. Ultimate goal is to get like a residency thing. I recently got like new equipment that I'm trying to learn, and that'll kind of elevate where I'm going with my DJ stuff. Yeah.
Awesome, man. I never DJ'd.
It's okay.
You ever thought about rapping? You're an artist, Graham. You sing or something?
I can sing. I can sing a little bit.
What type of singing do you? What type of singing, Graham?
Like singing in the shower, singing.
Oh, that's it. You never recorded yourself. Your voice
okay. Sometimes, when I'm DJing, if there's like a house music song that I love, I'll like take the mic and like sort of quiet the music and singing parts.
Is that you testing it to see how the crowd reacts to you, or is it confident for you? Like,
I know that. I do it funny.
Like karaoke.
I do it in like a funny way.
Yeah?
Yeah. So tell me, how do you do? Finally, I miss you. You don't know what I've been through.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Waiting and wondering about you.
Yeah.
I had a dream. I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. But like I take the freaking mic and I'm just like in front of the whole crowd, like just doing that.
And they cheer, and I'm sure they love it, especially if it's a drunk crowd and things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe people are high off whatever.
Their inhibitions are lowered.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I bet you sounded real great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I brought some stuff.
Because today is a special day, Graham.
Today's a special day for two lovely ladies.
We're going to have to take a shot for these special ladies.
Let's take a shot.
We could do them out of our cups and our things we have, I guess.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Which is these special ladies. If you want to say who they are.
Okay, so my grandma, who I love very much. Hi, Khaki. Love you.
You look like you have a Mima.
A Mima? I have a Nana.
Oh, have you ever had a Mima?
No, never had a Mima.
Oh, okay.
Nana. Do you have a Mima?
I don't. I have a grandma.
Okay. Do you know people who have Mimas? Okay, and I seem like them. Okay. Well, I'm more of a Nana type of guy.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, this one is for Khaki. I call her Khaki.
Okay, Khaki. Miss Khaki is what can I speak? I can say Khaki.
Call her Khaki.
Got you.
Yeah, call her Khaki. And she's my grandma. Khaki, I love you so much. I called her earlier today. It was really, really funny. We sang a song together. And then this is for this woman who is really, really annoying, but it's her birthday today.
Uh-oh.
She's my neighbor, and she's
you got your neighbor or something.
And she's the type of neighbor who like you.
I'm not trying to be funny. I think we could talk later a little bit. We met her when we was walking up when I potted with you.
She's super old, and did she like hold you in conversation and you wanted to get out of the
It wasn't quite holding. It was like a high end passing. Like she recognized you. She was an older woman, and then we just continued.
That's her. That is her. That is her. And she's astronomically annoying because I'm not a big fan of like getting to know my neighbors. Sorry, I don't care. I have a life to live.
Exactly.
But I feel bad for her because she doesn't really have a family and she's really, really old. But it's like, she's just annoying because it's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? But whatever. But she got me a card for my birthday.
Oh, how'd she know it was your birthday though?
Because she knows my fucking license plate number and everyone's license plate number and everyone's fucking like schedule. It's like she will literally, and I've talked to other neighbors about this before. She will look through the peephole.
Really?
Like if she sees you parked, she'll look through the peephole, and like as soon as you walk by, she'll open the door. Oh, hi.
She's waiting.
Like, oh my god.
Maybe think she likes you. Think she might want a piece of the Grammy Graham.
She might want a piece.
And
I don't want to. I'm not.
You don't want to help out the community?
No, thank you. But I'm a nice guy, and she's never gonna see this. And
what if she does? That'd be crazy.
I'll feel like I'm telling her the truth. And I'll feel like sort of a dick. But I mean, I'm sorry, Bonnie. I love you, but like, please stop like just holding me in conversation when I'm holding a bunch of heavy groceries. Like, you know, but whatever. I'm sorry. I feel like a huge asshole now.
No, you can't be an asshole after you gifted someone something.
Okay, so we're going to save the best for last. So I'm going to write Bonnie hers first.
Exactly. Go ahead. Do your thing. You already know what you want to write, Bonnie?
No.
So you finna just freestyle write it on the spot?
Yeah, I'm going to freestyle write it.
Okay. I guess it's by being your neighbor. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
It seemed like, is it a special card? Can you pull it or something? Like, what happens here?
Wait. Is there?
I don't know. It looked a little special.
It does look a little special. No, it's
okay,
not.
It wasn't like a slide or nothing like that. All right, cool.
It's your birthday. Bury me inside the jewelry store. Should I write that? Bury me inside. Ask me what I do and who I do it for.
But see, by her being older, what type of sense of humor does she have to put bury me?
I don't know. She's 1,000 and from like Kansas.
Because this could be like tomorrow or something. It could be over for her. Knock on wood, God forbid.
God forbid.
Yeah. All right. Hope she lives 1,000 more years.
And she's my neighbor the whole time.
Yep. She follows you wherever you go. That's where she's going.
That would really suck. Okay. Let's write this letter.
All right. Let's write it together. Okay. Happy birthday, Bonnie. That's what we're going with, right? I think we can start with that. That's always a good way to start a happy birthday wish.
Agreed.
Start with that.
Keep going.
My dear neighbor, I hope you.
Wait. Slow down.
Okay. I'm winging it right now with you as well.
So, my dear.
Because she is dear. She's dearest to you, right? No.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
My dear neighbor.
I hope you have an awesome. Yes, sir.
Hope you
have an awesome. 23rd birthday.
Nice.
There we go. And then you can put like, love Graham or whatever she calls you. What does she call you by name or no?
She calls me daddy.
I believe it. She
calls me Levi. I'll say love Levi.
Okay, there you go. I think that's a very nice and thoughtful letter.
Me too. Thank you for writing that for me. Because that was not going to come out of my mouth.
No.
I'm tired of this lady.
I think that was very nice of you, man. That she could use probably some of that. Are you going to help her with some of that? I don't know if people really lick the thing closed, Graham. Usually it's just folded and you tuck this part in.
I look it closed. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
she's going to have trouble opening. Are you going to put it in her mailbox? Or you going to knock on her door?
I'm going to put it on the front of her doormat.
Okay. She can bend down and pick it up without back issues or nothing?
Yeah. To Bonnie from Secret Admirer.
No way, bro. Y'all probably got a better relationship than you're leading on.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, no, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that she's always talking to me. But whatever.
And to the more that one down, one to go.
Okay, now Khaki, I'm not annoyed by. I love Khaki.
Exactly,
and she's about 1,000 years old today. And so you're probably wondering, does she speak Spanish? Because this says, tu personalidad y tu estilo te hacen ser muy original. I have no idea what that means. But one thing that I've always done my entire life is get people weird cards. Like to one of my girlfriends.
I actually like this card too, by the way.
Nice, right? To one of my girlfriends, nice. For our month anniversary, like our first month of dating.
You celebrate months?
In high school, I did.
Okay.
I got her a card that was like to like my wife. But like,
how soon she leaves you?
But like, I crossed out wife and wrote girlfriend.
Okay, all right, I see
and
what
like,
you're saying.
I completely changed.
All right, now follow. That's kind of fly. That's fly.
Really
Yeah. I can see the sense of humor in that now. Okay, now this is for Khaki.
This is for Khaki.
So
and Khaki is like a 79-year-old lady. She's from the Bronx.
That's not bad at all.
So let's start it off with, I have no idea what this card says. I have no idea.
And before we continue, she fully gets your sense of humor.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good.
What this card says.
Will this be mailed to her or hand delivered in person?
Mailed.
Okay.
I have no idea what this card says. Question mark. I didn't mean to put a question mark.
I think that's good. Yeah, a couple of those you cleaned it up with exclamation question mark.
Maybe okay. Now write please define this for me.
and she's not going to have a clue of how to unless she hit Google or something. She can use a translator, like a translator. They have translating apps.
Please define it for me.
Okay.
If you don't, I will never call you again.
Don't do it. Come on, Graham. Not Granny. Not Khaki. We can't do this to Khaki.
No, and I'm gonna write it in red.
And she's gonna know you're kidding, right? That I don't want Khaki to.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Actually, no. That's just too long to write. I want to write something else.
You want to be more meaningful.
I have no idea what this card says. Please define it for me.
We need to end this with love too. No matter what you do, we need to end it with love.
Anyways.
You really going to write You're writing anyways. I see.
Anyways. ...
You can always, you know what? When I'm writing parents' letters and things of that nature, you can always after the anyways. I love you very much. Not Grandma Khaki, just Khaki.
Khaki.
I love you very much, Khaki. Can't wait to see you again. Hugs and kisses. No, that's not what you said.
No, I want to incorporate that, but I also have to say something completely ridiculous.
Okay.
Anyways,
I'm not a failure like you always thought I would be.
I love that. Anyways. No, actually, she'll actually get offended.
No, don't do it.
She will actually get offended.
She didn't really think you was going to be a failure.
No, yeah, but exactly.
Okay, she's going to take it serious.
Yeah,
I never thought
that she'll take seriously.
Okay,
It's hilarious. Yeah. But...
Are you our favorite grandchild?
Yes.
Are you the only grandchild?
No.
Okay, good.
Anyways...
So there was competition.
How about this? From your favorite grandchild.
Okay.
Nice. Anyways, from your favorite...
And is it known? Yeah, Zach, you got to highlight. Matter of fact, you should probably put another line with like blue, like make sure favorite is highlight. You know what I mean?
Here, you do.
Yeah, let me help you out with this.
From your favorite grade, yeah, please.
Okay. Boom.
Boom.
Do another red under, one more, and then I'm gonna hit it with one more blue. Boom. Bow. There we go.
From your favorite grandchild.
What does she call you? Grams?
She calls me Levi.
That's it.
Yeah.
She don't got any nicknames for you?
No.
Okay.
Anyways, from your favorite grandchild.
You might not be the favorite.
Let's smooch soon.
Smooch? Let's smooch soon?
Let's smooch.
Yeah, smooch is a good word.
How about ASAP? ASAP.
Is she going to know? She know what ASAP mean, right?
If she doesn't, she'll call me. Let's smooch ASAP.
There you go, man.
I need to say happy birthday.
You definitely
how
have
about
to.
this? Feliz cumpleaños. That probably means
You definitely got to put exclamation marks after.
Happy birth Dizzle. And then here. Love you, Levi.
I think you did a great card, man. I think this is going to make her happy. If she has the personality that you described, she's going to love that.
Yeah, she'll be like, "Oh my god."
How do you feel about the card you just written?
It was
for both of them.
It was incredible.
Don't forget to sign the front like you did for.
Well, that one I'm gonna hand deliver. This one I'll mail. So I'll write the address and shit later.
I got you. Understood. Well, that was great. I never helped with the birthday card with people I never met. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. I'm pleased with it. I think you did great. I think they're going to, especially your neighbor. I think your neighbor's really going to appreciate it.
I couldn't have done it without you, dude.
Hey, definitely a team effort. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Thank you,
Graham. There is a segment of my pod I like to get into. It's called Pickle Roll.
I love that name.
Okay. And it's not like I try to clarify with people because you hear Pickle Roll, you think basketball term. You know what a pick and roll is, right?
I think it's a Pickle Roll.
Not that.
I was gonna be like, damn, that was my nickname in high school.
That's wild. Maybe we can get into that a little bit later. Anyway. But yeah, so it's called Pickle Roll. So I'm gonna ask you pretty much like an either or type of thing, and I'm just very curious to what you would do.
I'm very excited for this. Let's go.
Okay. Now it's law related. Okay.
Exciting.
All right. Now I'm gonna try to paint the picture for you here. Right.
Okay.
Let's say you had a long, grueling months of a case. You know, it was very long, drawn out. It's very controversial. Okay, just follow along.
I'm
okay.
With you. Yeah.
All right. Now, you have the chance here. You can win the case by simply. All right, you're just about to win the case, right?
Okay.
And you talking to your is he called your public defender? Is he called your what is it called? Your client? Or just say client.
Client?
Yeah.
Well, no, like I would be the public defender.
Oh, you would be. So
I mean, I'm no longer a public defender, but yes.
Okay,
like,
so your client, right?
The client is just the client.
Right before you present your last bit of evidence, you know, and you know it's solid, you realize in the middle of this that he's actually guilty. But you can still get him off, and you will literally be the top lawyer in whatever. Like this will go down in history on some Johnny Cochran type shit. You are forever solidified if you win this case. Mm-hmm. Would you present that evidence so you can win, or you could hold it and send a guilty man who deserves to be whatever nothing too crazy, nothing like murder. He's not going to be locked up for it. It's just nothing too crazy, So it's not going to weigh too bad on your conscience. It's more like a selfish thing. Are you going to be selfish and solidify your name in the world as one of the top lawyers to ever do it, even long after you're gone, Or would you just retract and hold that bit of evidence, let him get the guilty plea, and that pretty much could diminish?
Okay, I understand what you're asking.
Okay, so what would you do, Graham?
There's a lot. That is not a black or white question.
Okay.
It completely depends on the case, and I want you to keep something in mind. As an attorney, you have a duty of confidentiality to your client. That means that anything that you tell me is a secret. That being said, you also have a duty of candor to the court. Now, do you know what that means? No,
I was going to ask you to explain, just in case other people aren't aware.
Yeah. So, the duty of candor is a very complicated way of saying you have to be honest. You have to be, fully honest and transparent to the court. Now, there's also, in the state of Florida, in criminal law, I think this is Rule 16 of the Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure, you have a duty, you have an obligation. Someone's walking in right now.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. You have an ongoing duty to continue discovery. Now, what that means is this. Discovery is this. I send you my notice of discovery, and you send me everything that you have. You send me your notice of discovery, I send you everything that I have. Another word for it is evidence.
Right.
So if new evidence comes to light from either side, you have a duty of ongoing discovery. And you have to let the other side know. Now, with that being said, there are weird things that happen. If at the end of a case, you hear, like your client actually did it, and you learn about it in your lawyer capacity, well, really, you'll always be in your lawyer capacity to that person, especially if it's regarding whatever case it was.
Right.
And there are situations where you don't have that choice, but you're stopped from telling the truth. There's a horror story about these two lawyers who represented a client in a murder, and they found out that this guy also Okay, so this was a situation. Let me just start over.
Okay.
Two lawyers. They both represent this one guy on a murder case. This guy is found guilty. While these two lawyers were representing this guy told the two lawyers that he murdered another person.
That had nothing to do with that case that they
Not only did it have nothing to do with that case, but someone else was in jail for it. Yeah, and those two lawyers, following the rules of the Bar Association that they were admitted to, I don't remember if it was Florida, I'm sorry, they were not allowed to say anything until that one guy died. That was like 16 years. Yeah.
Wow. So I understand now how that's not so cut and dry.
To take your question to a different place, that question is the reason that I don't want to be a criminal attorney. The path of a public defender starts with your normal little teeny tiny violation of a domestic violence injunction, which just means the judge says I can't go near you. It's a no contact order, and then I go near you. Low level stuff, your second degree misdemeanors, your first degree misdemeanors. Then you go to felony, third, second, first, capital. It gets dark.
It gets deeper.
Dark.
It gets deep. I see.
Because when you're in court and you're picking a jury, you have to have your client who's convicted of pedophilia or something, or child pornography, something atrocious and terrible.
Right.
And you have to represent him, be on his side, look at the jury, and say you have to coat this man in reasonable doubt. And he those people over there, the state has to prove that he did what he said he did. But you need to look at this man and not see a monster. And I don't have that's not why I was put on this earth, man. That's not why I was put on this earth. I was put on this earth to DJ, to podcast, and to be an attorney who facilitates deals, who does happy things, who represents people like what we do now in guardianship law. We help old people. We help old people who got absolutely fucked. Let me tell you something about guardianship law.
That's why you like your neighbor.
Yeah, sure. I feel kind of bad for what I said. Whatever. I'm not going to ask you to take it out. It's whatever. So guardianship law. Let me just explain it to you really quick. Let's say you as you get older and you progress in your career and the cash corner blows up and you have all these sponsors and now you're sitting on millions and millions of dollars and you have like a home in Tampa and in St. Pete and one in what's your favorite vacation place? Aruba. You have a beautiful vacation home in Aruba. You have land. You have like people who work for you. You have art that just covers the walls everywhere. You have lots of stocks, lots of crypto. You're crushing it, and you're amazing. You run that through your whole life. You're 40 years old. You're killing it. 50, 60. You get married. You're 70, 80. Around 85, you realize that you start forgetting things a little bit. You're like, what's going on? Like, I must be deteriorating. By 90, full on dementia. Full on dementia. You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to wipe your ass. You don't know how to do anything. And you don't really have much of a family, unfortunately. Your wife maybe passed, unfortunately. And you don't really have anyone. But you are sitting on all this. Your name is on all these properties. And you have so much wealth. Like, you're sitting hundreds of millions of dollars. And Picassos and Banksy. And you have millions and an astronomical amount of wealth, but you can't take care of yourself.
Right.
And then someone finds out about you. Someone maybe, I don't know, 45, 50 years old, 30, who cares? Doesn't matter. They find out about you. And they know that you don't really have anyone to take care of you. And you say, I know Steve Cash. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of cash. He has all these properties, but he can't really take care of himself. Let's put that to the test. Let's see what the state of Florida would say about me being his personal representative. Let's see what the state of Florida would say about, I'm just going to take care of him. So what do? I petition the state. I send you to a doctor. I have that doctor say, either through corrupt or uncorrupt means, which is later litigated in court, the doctor says that you can't take care of yourself and you need a personal representative. I then take that medical report to the state of Florida. I petition for guardianship. The state of Florida says, okay, put him in front of a board hearing. Let's see what the board says. Then you're put in front of a board. Board is 3-person panel, psychiatrist, a judge, an MD, whatever. That panel says, yeah, Levi Graham Weinstein, you are now the personal representative of Steve Cash, and Steve Cash is now considered a ward of the state. That's not a ward. It's like WARD. Being a ward of the state is what it's called. And I now have access to all of your bank accounts, all of your property. I am now considered to be the quasi-owner of. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Now, what does that mean? That means that we are now technically in a business relationship. I now have what's called a fiduciary duty to you. Now, fiduciary duties come with 2 main duties, the duty of care and the duty of loyalty. The duty of loyalty means I'm not going to, like, let's say that me and you...
You're not going to try to kill me over or nothing like that.
No, well, yeah, like that. Sure. And a better example of a duty of loyalty is like, let's say that we go into a business together where I'm selling you solo cups and you're buying solo cups.
Right.
A duty of loyalty is like we agree I'm going to sell you 100 of these every single month, and then I just sell the 100 to someone else, and it's like, oh, like you promised me, what the fuck, you're loyal to me. That's not the best example, but whatever. Duty of care is like I'm going to do my job.
Gotcha.
That's basically what that means. If I violate that, let's say that I need $1 million to put you in an old folks home, and that'll cover you for the next 5 years. Let's say that I need $1 million to do that, but for some reason I sell $60 million worth of property, both real and personal. Is that a duty of care, or do I just know better? And that's what gets litigated in court.
I see.
And being on the side of that old person who's being taken advantage of, that feels a lot better than being on the side of someone who's in court being tried of like pedophilia. And that's a big reason why you got a different job.
That makes sense, man.
Thank you.
That really does make sense.
Thank you.
And that would feel a whole lot better to be on the side of the old dude.
It really does. It really does. And to full on make a loop and go back to your question about like if I was in that situation in court where I have this one piece of evidence that, oh my God, this changes everything. Mm-hmm. What would happen is we would have to continue the case, and we would have to let the other side know, because of Rule 16, you have an ongoing duty to continue discovery. Your discovery obligations don't end as like when you send your initial discovery, like it's ongoing. And by the way, that what's fucked is like federally that's also true, right. But the state of Florida, if you're doing civil law, there's no ongoing duty of discovery except in certain situations, like if discovery was never complete. But that's a whole nother thing.
It gets deeper.
You'd have to continue the case, and you'd have to tell the court, you'd have to tell the state of Florida, depending on what it is, of course. It really totally depends on what it is, and you go from there. But I don't really want to be in that situation for that type of law.
Makes sense.
Next question.
It makes sense. Honestly, that really does make sense, and I do understand how that's not so black and white. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not just so cut and dry. You can't just do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That pretty much that I feel you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I have as I told you before, I'm gonna jump into now. It's called Cash Confessions.
Love it.
So it's pretty much where you tell a story. Around a campfire, whether it's true or not, who knows? It's campfire story. It could be true. It could not be. Who knows? I mean, hell, I'll start first, I guess, because it's still similar around a law situation.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear this.
No, long story short, I had a very short career of petty theft.
Wow, what? Tell me. Let's hear it.
Simply just doing dumb shit, right? I just would just go to stores and just steal like candy or chips and things. I used to wear certain pants, and when I would wear them,
what were the pants?
The pants, they was pretty much like not sweat, pretty much like sweatpants, but like like windbreaker pants.
Okay, I'm with you.
And that way, because they was like kind of like the pants, they were like big up top and like kind of like a little drawstring at the bottom.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
so whatever you drop down, it kind of holds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we would do. Fuck. We would go to the damn corner store. We walk around and just pick up little things, drop some Snickers or whatever, some chips or whatnot, and it'll be at your ankle. You know what I'm saying? But then you have to buy something though, because you can't just go into a store, walk around, and then exit all the time. Yeah. So you have to buy something. So let's say I walk by cans of sodas when I will buy at this time, because it was back in the day, like a 50-cent can of soda. Whole time I got like maybe a total of $2 and some change of like candy at my ankles. You know what I mean? So I would pay for the soda, I would walk out, and I am a little petty thief.
Did you ever get caught?
Never.
Wow. Nice.
Never gotten caught.
Okay.
And I didn't continue. It's not a lifelong thing that continued for me. It was just at that small time frame in my life when I was in Gainesville, Florida, and that was it. Mm-hmm. So I was a little petty thief at one time.
I got you, man.
Am I a horrible person?
No. I think that everyone. You want to know why you're not a horrible person?
Why or not?
I think that I'm a big believer in, try things out, try things, and then see how it makes you feel. Mm-hmm. Lying has always been really, really hard for me to deal with. I really try to avoid situations where I have to lie. Mm-hmm. But it's time for a cash confession. For a period of about 4 years, I did this very scummy thing. Where I would. Okay.
All alleged too, by the way. You're around a campfire. Maybe it's not even true. You could be making all this up.
No, this is 100% true.
Okay, so you got it.
Wait, is yours not true?
No, it's true.
Okay.
100% true.
Yes, yeah, mine is 100% true. I'm sure you've heard of Publix before. There's one right across the street. Are you aware of their return policy?
No, what's their return policy?
It is completely unlimited. You can return anything there, as long as you bought it at Publix, sometimes even if you didn't buy it at Publix. When I was in college, I learned that I could literally buy a chicken tender pub sub, eat half, return the other half for the full price. I did this literally, not just with pub subs, but with condiments.
Okay.
Let's say that I wanted some, like a big basket of fried chicken. I would buy the big basket of fried chicken, buy barbecue sauce, like a bottle of it, blue cheese, take it to wherever I was living, open the bottles, squirt a little bit out, have
put it in another container.
Have a couple fried chicken. Fucking who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Return it all for the price for full price. They would give me a gift card.
And they would always take it back.
It was never a problem.
Was it embarrassing?
People have asked me that before. No, I was never embarrassed by it. I brought back empty cartons of eggs.
Come on, man. What would you say?
An empty jar of peanut butter.
Oh, how do you? Okay, do you say, oh, they were empty already? I didn't know.
Expired fruit and milk. Okay, we're gonna role play.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand you this.
Yes, sir.
You're working at Publix.
All right.
And it's gonna be an open can of tuna.
Okay, I got you.
And you're gonna say, "Oh, why are you returning this?" But be sort of like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, yeah, I'll really play with you.
Okay,
I'll really
waiting in line. Now it's my turn.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just returning this.
An open can of tuna, sir. It's open.
Yeah, I just didn't want it.
I mean, you didn't know that before you opened it?
No, I just don't want it.
Okay. I mean, now off roll. I don't know what else to say. Do I keep?
Okay, now one of two things would happen.
Okay.
You would either give me a funny look and say, "Okay, swipe," and then give me my gift card, or you would pull over your manager. The manager would just not say anything, swipe it, and give me a gift card.
Wow.
When people were moving out of the fraternity house that I was in,
mm-hmm.
I was going through the rooms saying, "Hey, what are you doing with all of your condiments?"
He was purging.
And I would just go with bags of like spices, like I'm on the goddamn Silk Road, and just return them all.
Well, okay. You also said that they sometimes would take things that didn't come from Publix. I guess is that
yeah. Well, like in situations where I would just like kind of like consensually raid someone's pantry if they're moving out. Not all that. Some of that stuff's from Walmart, but like literally, I brought stuff into Publix that said great value. If it said, and that's like a Walmart thing. It's like Walmart's like Kirkland is to Costco as great value is to Walmart. But like stuff like that, I couldn't return. Mm-hmm. But literally, like the Publix employees were cool with it too. Like literally, I'll never forget. Literally,
were you known for this? Were you known like when they see you coming? Oh, here he comes.
I think like one or two Publix employees kind of. Yeah, but I'll never forget. There was a bag of flour. Literally said great value on it. And he spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out how he can return this bag of flour.
So he was trying to help.
He was trying to help. Amazing. I worked at Publix for like 2.5 years. Like amazing customer service.
Is that how you knew that they would take back anything?
No, my mom told me. But okay. I kind of ran a different direction than my mom. Shit, my mom was like, "Oh, like you haven't eaten that chicken that's been in your freezer for 8 months. It's like it's kind of scummy, but you can probably return that." And I'm like, "Oh, can I return literally garbage?" Like, yeah, it got ridiculous. That I would say that is my.
Oh, that's the life of a college Graham.
Yeah. And then
Graham, would you pull one of those Ponzi schemes today? Is it safe to call it a Ponzi scheme?
I wouldn't call that a Ponzi scheme.
Okay, I don't even know what exactly one is. I just want to use the word.
Like what I was doing?
No, I don't know exactly what a Ponzi scheme is.
What's the question?
Oh, would you still pull that move today?
No, not as aggressively as I was doing.
Not as aggressive.
Like I have not as aggressive as I previously did it.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I mean I have returned things to Publix recently.
Yeah.
Like I for a skit with do you know Summer Hoop? She's an artist out here. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah. Okay.
Really funny person. We filmed this skit where she was like eating ice cream, and I bought like a bunch of ice cream and a bunch of ice cream cones and like toppings and all this stuff. I returned like a big box of like ice cream cones that I had taken like 2 out of, and like and like some other stuff.
Right.
And like stuff like that. That's funny.
And it was for fun. It was the point was to be funny at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
You wasn't really trying to like I'm getting over for real. I'm trying to create content.
I did secret time. I did another one or cash. What is it?
Cash confession.
Cash confession.
Yeah, there you go.
Time.
Campfire confession.
Campfire confession. Triple C.
Yeah, exactly.
So I did something really scummy like 3 weeks ago. I was in the McDonald's drive-thru in the morning, and I wanted to see what would happen if I ordered something, and then when I got up to the second window, I said that I ordered what I ordered, but not everything that I ordered.
It was a McGriddle.
It was a McGriddle.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see kind of what would happen, and I knew that I would sort of get my McGriddle, but I just kind of wanted to like see what would happen, and I did it, and I immediately felt awful because as soon as I did it, they were like, "Oh, what? Like, it's not on the order." And I was like, I don't know. I ordered it. And then they said, "Oh, she must have not rung it up."
Oh, so she got the blame.
I'm like,
I heard. You know what? Is that... I heard about that case. I believe she got fired. And after that...
she got 40 lashes. Yeah.
No, but it still worked, Graham. Listen, sometimes, people... listen, don't feel too bad, Graham. You got a free McGriddle out of it. Or an extra one, you got 2 for 1 pretty much. That was the case.
Yeah.
Did you still eat it?
Yeah.
So you ain't feel too bad to where you couldn't eat it?
No.
It was...
I did feel sort of bad, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, would you do it again?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not at that one?
Well, no, I was considering calling that one and, like, apologizing.
Really? It was that bad for you?
It really did weigh on me.
Yeah.
I felt like a huge asshole.
You know what? Do you want to make this up, Graham?
How?
You know what you could do?
What?
Next time you go through that same drive-thru, you pay it forward. You buy someone's food in back of you.
I love doing that. I have done that probably a dozen times in my life.
So you're owed this McGriddle. This one you're owed.
You know what? I am, damn it.
You're owed
yeah,
this McGriddle.
That's right.
You know how many times you went through a drive-thru and paid for someone else's, Graham? You're damn it, you're owed that shit.
My rule is $5. Or not 5, sorry, $10. If I get up there and I'm feeling, like
generous
and whatever, I will I'll ask like, "Oh, how much is the person behind me's order?" And if it's less than $10, I got it. You got to pass on.
Do you wave
love,
them off?
man.
Do you at least wait till they see it first? Do you like wave them off? You just get it and go.
I go.
You don't want to just hide off into a corner and just look at it and just see the smile creep over their face like, "Oh, that's a nice guy."
No.
All out the kindness of your heart.
I don't want them to see me basking in my own glory. I just want them to pass that mitzvah. A mitzvah is like a good deed in like Hebrew. I just want them to pass that along. Like a good energy like that is like it's just good. Sometimes people will ask me to do legal stuff for them, like like, can you look over this contract? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it'll be like artists with no money, and it's like a fucking 4-page contract, and it's like some boilerplate bullshit. And they ask me to do it, and I'm like, okay. They say, "Oh, how much is it gonna be?" I'll be like, "Oh, it depends, whatever." I'll look at it, I'll review it. If I need to like go in and like really fucking do some shit, then
you gotta get paid for this, right?
Get paid. But like, if it takes me fucking like, I don't know, like 15 minutes to do it, I'll just be. How much is it? You know what, dude? It's free. Just all this is gonna cost you is a good random deed to someone else. Pass that love along, man. Just pass that love along. Pay for the person behind you.
Exactly. That's good advice. Pay for that person behind you. Graham, pretty much we're gonna close out, man. Is there anything else we didn't talk about? Maybe you wanted to? Is there something you want to? I don't know. Anything you want to say that you didn't get a chance to? And also, where can people find you again?
A lot of great questions you just asked me.
I think you retained it all, though.
I did. Be different. Be a maverick. Consistently read books. Don't just tell people that. If someone asks you what book you're reading and you started a book 4 years ago, you're not allowed to say that you're reading it. You're not allowed to say it.
This recently just happened?
No, but I've done that before.
Okay, I got understood.
Yeah. Consistently read books. It's literally just it's a massage for your brain. Go to therapy even if you don't have problems.
No, that's a fact. Seek therapy.
Say no a lot if it's going to require time that you want for yourself.
The power of no.
Be attractive. Don't be ugly in personality and in looks. Like, if you were born with a fucked up face, there's not a lot you can do about it, but you can go to the gym a lot. Life isn't fair, straight up. Keep in mind that life isn't fair, but you can really, really work your way into a better situation that you're in. If you're feeling anxious, just know that it will get better, and you're not alone. You're not alone. And also keep in mind that you're probably overthinking it. I love you.
That's important to say.
A lot. Say that. Call right now. Stop this podcast. Call a member of your family who you haven't talked to in a while and just say hi. And subscribe to Grahm Radio and Cash Corner.
And happy birthday to
happy birthday to Khaki and Bonnie. Love you both.
Yeah. Grahm, I definitely appreciate you being on, man. We definitely could do this again.
Yeah.
You're welcome to the Cash Corner at any time. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I won't ever need a lawyer or anything. You know, because
wrong.
Right.
Hopefully you will. Hopefully, like you'll have some cool business transactions.
Okay, in that. Okay, I'll take it more negative. Hopefully,
yeah.
so when I eventually I do need a lawyer,
Yeah.
I'm definitely reaching out. Hopefully, we can do some work together.
Yeah.
I definitely will hire you.
Great.
Okay, and where can they find you again?
Grahm Radio, Grahm Radio. Also Levi.Grahm. Just look if you literally type into Instagram Grahm. It's like a red face. You can't miss it.
Yeah, you won't be able to miss it. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself. Signing out, Steve Cash Moneybags, aka the Fitness Zaddy, aka the Vampire. Believe all the stories they tell about your boy running a campfire. And I'm out.
Wow.